Tough love, or is it going too far? Coaches cussing out kids. If your intent's just to holler and you ain't showed my kid how to do it multiple times, then what are you holding accountable? Now, if I done showed you 4 or 5 times and the kid's in front of you and we doing it and we get to the 5th and 6th time you ain't doing it right. Now I'm ready to blow my gasket.
Let me, coach, leave the child alone after the game in the car on the way home. Y'all have y'all's conversation, but I need all of him during this game.
You know what if y'all saying the same things though?
It's irrelevant. You don't have a coach's shirt on. You're not out here. You know what I mean? I have what I need them to do, you know, is along with the team. You know what I mean?
Well, you holding my son back.
Well, your son can go on. This situation it's not for you. That's a cancer.
Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to Hoop Lounge TV, where we sit back, kick back, talk about hoops. I got my co-host with me today.
Coach Polite, man. Do it right, make it light. Do it wrong, make it long.
Hey, let's get it in. Look, man, we're going to jump straight into it, man. Had a lot of controversy with a post that I made on my IG. A matter of fact, go follow that, Hoop Lounge TV. But I made a post about kids, coaches cussing out kids. And it kind of got a lot of traction, man. Got a lot of feedback and opinion. So listen, man. Tough love, or is it going too far? Coaches cussing out kids. What is your feedback, dog? What you think? Talk to me.
Well, like I say, like you say, it's a bunch of murky water there. You know, I don't mind the structure and the discipline. You know, that's how I get down. You know, I get down that way. But there's a point in motivating with it to push them and then, like, putting them down. You know, the Bobby Knight style, I think we're over with, you know, but
what's that style, though?
The kicking, the tossing chairs, the throwing stuff, the grabbing players by the neck, you know, we're past that. You know, we're past that stage. But I'm a coach. I use a few curse words. You know, I do. You know, nothing vulgar, but like to motivate or like to check and see where we are. You know, to let them know, like, okay, I'm here, so when y'all gonna get here? You know, but nothing directly to the kid or to shoot a kid down. I think that's too far at that point.
Yeah, man.
You know?
I think, I would say what no-nos are, right? Like, I'm never gonna use the MF word to a kid.
No.
I'm gonna go and get that out the way. I don't judge nobody who do, but I don't. I ain't gonna use the B word to a kid.
No.
I'm not gonna ever cuss directly like at you where it's degrading. Like I'm not with that. That shit right there will make me come out the stands, like, you know what I'm saying, to protect mine. Yeah. However, what the hell you doing? Or wake up.
Yeah.
Or go get a damn rebound.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming like that.
I'm all the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like that's fine, bro. And some kids, I feel like this, though, personally. I think it's more the delivery. Because I've seen kids shut down at a coach that hollers and he don't even say a cuss word. And they can shut down, but it's your delivery. But I got relationship with kids where I can whisper in their ear, what the hell you doing? Wake up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, bro, that gets their attention. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's based on the relationship. It is what it is, but how does cultural difference play in that, though?
I think it plays a lot. Because my child, that's how we interact. I interact with him. Like, he could be asleep, but then I can give him that look, and then he locks in. You know, like, well, I can just say one word, like, come on now. You like, you know, what the hell was that? And he's like, my fault. He'll pat himself, pat his chest, you know, my fault. And then my other kids that I've had, you know, in the past, and now, like, they know how I'm coming too.
Right.
Like, because it's not their first time being approached like that. Because this is at practice. You know, I approach them this way at practice, like, since we've met, parents and all, you know, and I hadn't had any issues, you know. So it's been a lot of love for the way I coach, and I coach that way. I wish I could coach without cursing and being intent, you know. I do, but it's just, like you say, that's my background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you this. Be real, though. Like, do you respect, like when you was young playing that age? Did the coach that held you accountable and cussed at you a little bit? Would you play harder for them or play more sharp for them because there was a level of yeah, I ain't about to let him get on me because I done seen him get on old buddy over here. I ain't trying to deal with that.
Yes, and I'm huge on that. And like I learned through other people's mess ups through everything in life. You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, he got that mad. He just didn't swing the ball. Or like, yeah, I'm going to go set that screen hard. I'm going to make sure I hit you on that screen. I'm going to be intent with every movement I do, you know. I'm a listen, and I've had some coaches, you know, who got down like that. You know, like Danny Anderson didn't play, Terry Rogers didn't play. I mean, like, and he never even had a whistle. He coached practice without a whistle. Like he would like do the whistle with his mouth, like hold his teeth and his fingers a certain way, and they'd be so loud. Like till this day, if he whistled, I'd be at attention. Like I'd be like he's in the building somewhere, you know. But the structure was there, and you need that, man. These kids need it, you know. A little cursing, it's not bad, you know. I know because I'm a parent and a coach as well. You know, it's a certain line, you know, that can be crossed when it's too much.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Agree.
And I wouldn't dare disrespect nobody's child or the adult that way. You know?
And I'm gonna tell you, like, the kids that you do get on though, like a lot of the times, bro, like if they understand like what they done wrong, if they hold themselves accountable, a lot of times, man, you say what you gotta say and you done with it. But if they give you excuses back on why, that's when it gets worse.
It does. And like you say, we trying to prepare these young men for the real world too.
Right.
You know, it's kind of deeper than basketball.
It's always deeper than
you know
basketball
what I'm saying?
for me.
It's more than a game. You know what I'm saying? So if they got excuses and all of this and that, you know, after you get on them, then, you know, that's not good. You know, just, yes, sir. You know what I mean? And I'm going to do better. I'm going to try, or it was my fault, like own up to it. Like we're still doing that now.
Right.
You know, till this day as grown men, you know, holding ourselves accountable, you know. So, I mean, but structure's huge.
Man, structure's big, man. I was reading John Thompson's from Georgetown autobiography. I Come as a Shadow, and I remember he was talking about he didn't start cussing until he started working with kids. And he was working with inner city kids, and the cultural thing came up. He mentioned where, like, if kids come from that background, like, that's what they're gonna listen to. Like, like for example, he gave the example in the book where there was a kid sitting on a desk, and he told the kid, "Hey, get off the desk." Just at first, the kid ignored him, and then he looked at the kid and told him, "Get the fuck off the desk." And the kid got off the desk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how that kid was talked to back home, where you get his attention. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do think as a coach though, bro, like you got to adapt to that. Like, because there's some kids that all you got to do is give a look, or there's some kids where you can't really come at like that. Like, you got to be like, hey, you do what I say, or you gonna sit on this pine. Like, it's just one of the two. Some kids respond to that a little bit better, where it's more consequences for their actions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So to me, like that whole coaching adjustment, getting on your kids is vital, but there is a foundation of responsibility and accountability that's never gonna change with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
agree. I think that's the big thing for me. So when you dealing with, you know, some kids that might come from a say more high class area where it's more positive reinforcement, we might not be the coach for them. But however, I am positive too. Like, I'm as much as I hold you accountable, like you can hear me on film, good job. Like, I'm hollering good job just because you done the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But it also needs to make sure that what the coach's intent is too. Like, because if your intent is just to holler and you ain't showed my kid how to do it multiple times, then what are you holding accountable?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's you know what I'm saying, man, that's big on me. Like, I'll get out here and show you where you need to go and practice. I'm blowing the whistle, stopping practice. This is the rotation that I
Mm-hmm.
want. Now, if I done showed you 4 or 5 times
Right.
and the kid's in front of you
Mm-hmm.
and we doing it and we get to the 5th and 6th time you ain't doing it right.
Right.
Now I'm ready to blow my gasket.
Yeah,
like a little
that's
bit.
big.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's part of the structure. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
What's your take on that as far as dealing with that? Correcting kids in practice.
I think it starts there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be hollering and yelling if they don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, it's not their fault. And you embarrassing my child, and you not even teaching them anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? No kind of fundamentals to the game, but you're cussing and yelling and expecting them to know what's going on. I don't agree with. So, like my man was saying, like, I don't mind you getting on my child or cursing, but like, I need to know you and as an adult and your intentions. You know what I mean? If you meaning well, and I know you a good guy and you moving the right way,
Yep.
you know, on and off the court, you know, my son can look up to you and that's fine. You know, but other than that, man, you gotta be intent with what you want from them, and they need to know what's going on before you start the cursing and getting the fully frustrated and mad at them.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of kids just lost. You know, like the fundamental side is lost. Like you asking the kid to do something that they don't even know, cutting the baseline off or, you know, boxing out at the free throw line, like small details and things that you don't even go over, but expecting out of them.
Right.
You know, at this age. But,
yeah, see, and that's different though. But what's the benefits of a coach that is tough love and cusses? Like, I mean, what is the pros of that? Like, what's the benefits?
I feel like you get the max potential out of the kid. Like whatever you're gonna get out of them, you're gonna see if they're gonna fold, they're gonna respond. You know what I mean? It's different kind of kids. Like you're testing them. You know, it's a test. You know, if you play for me, like you up for the challenge and you love winning, cause I'm in it to win it. Like I want it just as bad as you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna see who's with you. You know, so you know, playing for me or like just being in an environment that I'm in, it's gonna be a winning environment. And, you know, we're going to do it the right way. You know, no kid's better than another kid. He's not going to get a easy one because this kid's better. No, I'm on 1 through 8, 10. Like, I'm on them equally. You know, if you're going to play for me, I'm getting on everybody.
Correct. Now
know?
I'm going to tell you this now. Now, I do think there's different leashes, though. Like, when it comes to what you do in the game. Like, so the accountability will stay the same for me. Mm-hmm. But like my best player can mess up a couple more times than a guy that's just coming off that bench. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and there's also levels to that too, right?
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So I will say for me there is a leash, but that the one more pass, that shit go for everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah, the one more pass go for everybody.
Everybody.
Cut off that baseline, go for everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Move the ball, goes for everybody.
Everybody.
But look, I remember we was in high school. My boy Block, man, we was running the triangle offense, and it's the first time I ain't gonna say the first time, but this is one of the times I know, like, let me learn from somebody else's mistake. So, you know, Coach A, we were swinging the ball to the top. As soon as the ball goes to the top, it's not that man's job to do nothing but move the damn basketball. It ain't set for you to jab, step. It ain't meant for you to size nobody up. It's literally meant for you to pass the damn ball. So, bruh, he get the ball on the swing. And, you know, the ball didn't go as quickly to the other side as it's supposed to. So we done it, came back, done it again, and then we done it for the third time. And my man got the ball and started jabbing. Cuz my coach said instantly, "What the hell you doing? Swing the damn ball."
Got silent in there.
Bro, super silent. That right there showed me, hey, shit, my job is just top of the key.
Right.
I need to swing that ball immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because there's a purpose for that,
purpose.
right? There's a purpose. So to me, like getting fussed at like that, like that's structure within its offense. Like it ain't made for you to go 1-on-1 right here to be ball stoppers. Like nah, that ain't no damn Julius Randle out here on this option. Like kick the ball. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man. So what is your all right? Listen, what's your take on this though?
What's up?
Whenever you coaching, right, You coaching with these kids. And their parents is hollering at them in the stands, but you know their parents' voice is strong, right? But you can tell that the kid's struggling listening to you and his parent on the sideline. How do you handle that? How do you handle that as a coach? And after you handle it as a coach, do you have that conversation with that parent?
I think from experience as a coach, you have that meeting as a parent coaches meeting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Before the games are like, let me coach, leave the child alone. After the game, in the car on the way home, y'all have y'all's conversation, but I need all of him during this game.
But what if y'all saying the same things though?
It's irrelevant. You don't have a coach's shirt on, you're not out here, you know what I mean? Like, you may even have some good advice. You maybe even have some good points, but I have my game plan. I have what I need them to do, you know, as along with the team. You know what I mean?
Well, you holding my son back.
Well, your son can go on. This situation it's not for you. That's a cancer. You know what I mean? One bad apple can spoil the bunch. You know what I'm saying? Like, one bad apple can spoil the bunch.
Well, like, you said that like you was in the moment, bro.
No, I mean, but like, for real, like, what are you going to stand on? You know what I mean? What's your principles? You know what I mean? You need them all to buy in. And if he's not buying in and daddy wants to coach, then he can start his own little program or put him on a team where he can coach from the sideline and the other coach, you know, like, coaches pay attention to that. Like, people watching, they know they can get in this child's head because he's listening to daddy and trying to listen to the coach. He can't balance. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He can't do both. And it's hard, you know. But we got a game plan coming into that game, and I need you to follow it. You know what I mean? For us to get this dub successfully, you know.
All right, so check this out. Do you think a coach can hold accountability without cussing? Do you think it's possible? I mean, I think it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible, but not for me.
Is it probable? Is the question.
Not me.
Like, listen, I'm dropping some cuss words. I'm gonna be.
Like,
but as much as time as I fuss, I say good job, and I love the kids too. I praise them too.
I praise them.
But you know, what's your thoughts on that?
I wish I could be that coach, but I just can't come politically correct without using a curse word here and there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I keep it real. You know, I really wish I could. I really do, but I can't. I get caught up in emotions, and you know, like you say, you done repeated yourself 3, 4, 5 times. Mm-hmm. I'm there now. What the hell are we? What is this? What the are we doing? Like, you know, I get there quick. You know, so I mean, I wish I could, but I've had great results doing it my way.
Right.
And then I've had monotone coaches who's silent. Come on, guys. Where's the effort? Like, bro, they don't even hear you over there. Like, nothing's going to change. Like, you're soft. Like, they hear it in you. Like, you know, they need to be challenged and tested, you know? Like, they need to know, like, it's an urgency with what I'm asking you to do, you know? And I've had great results with it. No problems with no parents. Like, it's been all positive feedback. And like I say, we're class of 2032. We're 5th grade now. Mm-hmm. So we've been doing it for, you know, a few years now, and all good results, you know, from it.
Yeah, man. I do think, like, I use them. I drop them because I'm just be all the way real with you. I can't sugarcoat it, bro. Like, I drop them. However, I will say, like, I do get the most out of my kids. Like, mm-hmm. I do. They're disciplined, they're structured, and a lot of times they actually know what they do wrong. Mm-hmm. Like, I tell my kids all the time, if you know what you do wrong, guess what? You can fix it. Because it's no one's half the battle. And a lot of times after doing it so much, they'll look at you and hit you with that, my fault, or I should have done this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Now let's get it back on defense. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this too, bro. Like, that John Thompson book, it brought up another topic here where it's like this, like, yeah, we hold them accountable. But you also got to give them room to mess up, because true freedom is having that opportunity, having that freedom to make mistakes. So we're coaches that hold them accountable, especially with kids. How many mistakes do you normally let them have before you really start going in? You know what I'm saying? Or is it scenario based? You know what I'm saying? And that way these parents have a good idea, bro, on kind of how we do it. Because, you know, my practices is closed. So, you know what I mean, going into it. So they need to have an idea.
It's I think it's scenario based. But don't start my practice flat or come out looking crazy, fumbling the ball, turnovers with no defense.
It's just missing layups and no defense.
My fuse is short there. You know what I'm saying? Because that carries over into the game.
Yep, you practice
you know,
like you
I need us to practice like we play, you know, like be on point. I can have a couple missed passes here, but, you know, I hit, come on, you know what I mean? You know, but other than that, I'm on you from the jump. Beginning of the game, I can let a couple miscues beginning of the game, but, you know, if it keeps going on, that timeout's coming and they know what's coming in that timeout. You know what I mean? Your wake up is coming. You know what I mean? It's coming. And then we turn it on from there. You know? So
and the biggest thing, man, like what sends me to zero is mental stuff. Stuff that like we forced, like it's the errors due to us, not because the other team's pressing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm talking about
beating
stuff.
ourselves.
Yeah, we're just completely beating ourselves. Wrong drops because you ain't thinking. Rebounding's because you ain't crashing. You know what I mean? Stepping on out of bounds line because you're not aware. You know what I'm saying? Tapped in. Nah, bro. That's the stuff that's controllables that will send me to 0 to 100 with my team, not just kids, or even when we training. Like, bro, if you come in here and you just like you starting off the drill, you dribble the ball off your foot, baseline. Yeah. I'm tired of it. Yeah, you ain't ready. Let me get you ready. Let me get that heart rate up a little bit, and I guarantee you'll be.
Yeah, couple of them.
Yeah, couple of them.
Come on, it'll be some clapping. Come on, guys.
Bear crawls. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
And I start my practice is the same for the most part. So like the kids already know what to expect coming in. You know what I mean? Okay, you might have had a little rough day. Mom and daddy could have got on you before you got in here. So I give you 1 or 2, you know what I mean, of those, you know. But other than that, you got to be ready. You got to leave all that. Once we get on this court and we are within these lines, let's lock in, you know, like. So that's where I'm at with that. But I'm not one of those coaches. I never believed in one of those one mistake, take them out type coaches. Like, I don't want to be that. But if you are that 7th, 8th guy,
you better tighten up.
You don't have many of those bad shots, turnovers before you back over here. You know, you don't. But, you know, but it's all with love. You know what I mean? And if I bring them out and I let them know, you know, what's going on, you know. I know it's hard to understand at a young age, but.
Yeah, man. So what's a good situation where you feel like it's justified that this kid's about to get cussed out? Like it's justified. Just give me a scenario.
I mean, just turnovers, or even a set. We run a set
after we come after timeout.
After the timeout, and he over here in La La Land. You know what I mean? I'm turning around searching for the next one to put in there. You know, because we just went over this set. We run this set all the time. We get a bucket on it every time we run it. And you out there on the same side as a teammate, waiting. They waiting on you to run it, so it messes the whole setup. You know what I mean? Come on over here. Come holler at me. You know.
Listen, man, I'm going to tell you what one kills me. When I'm talking in that damn timeout and you looking at your shoes or you doing, boy, bruh.
You want to turn in the night?
Bro,
you want Bobby Knight? Don't grab him.
I'm ready to throw them across the gym with their parent, bro. Because the situation tight, I'm telling you what to do when you're looking at your shoes. And then we get back out and you the main one that don't drop.
Come here. Come on. And just go ahead. Come on over here.
And you know, so I got a few daddies on that sideline. Take his ass out. He don't want to listen.
I like that.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But, you know, I need him.
Yeah.
So I'm trying, don't tear him down.
Yeah, hold on now. Listen. Get him in the car. You know what I'm saying? But listen, for these next 2 minutes, dog, I need you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, because that reminds me of one of my kids, 94 feet, 100 miles per hour. But, boy, When he crashes out, he crashes out. Yeah, he crashes out on me.
He's
sometimes.
so competitive.
Yeah, bro,
and
you can't penalize that.
You can't.
No, his effort is 1,000.
He wants to win that bad.
Yes, bro.
And I'm like that too.
Yep.
Like if I wasn't grown, I'd be crying with you, mad too. But you gotta stay composed.
Got to, bro.
You know what I mean, and get it back. It's the next play. You know what I mean? And he's learning that.
Yep,
he's a competitive kid. He's a
competitive kid, man. I deal with what I got to deal with from, but I think for the most part, he is he's a dog.
He is.
Yeah, he's dog, and he does have his fits, but he's coachable too. Like,
very coachable.
His parents, his mom and daddy, let me coach him. Okay, they let me coach him. Whatever I need, however I deal with him, they let me coach him. Like no matter what.
Like your own child.
Yes.
Like I talked to him and his brother like I do mine.
Yeah,
I do, and they respond just right. You know, that dad hadn't had an issue with it, respect it, that's real, recognized real right there.
Yeah, man, that's you know what I'm saying, man. But
that's how,
yeah, man, because, those type of parents really let you build. I feel like when those parents are on the same page with the coach, it makes the kid be accountable for every single action. And once they realize that they can't run and they ain't got nothing to lean on, a lot of times okay, let me just deal with this. And a lot of times they're fine after it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're solid. Your mic, make sure it's up. Yeah, but a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, they're really solid with that. And I'm telling you, just for the most part, bro. Boy, after them games, though, I need about 24 hours, bro. Like them games be intense, especially kids games, man.
Yeah, but that's what makes us great coaches.
Yep.
Like that competitive nature, you know what I mean? Like being committed, we all in it for the kids. That's why I try not to get technicals, but if I do get a technical, it's going out for y'all. Like it's me having your guys back, So, but I try to stay classy for the most part, but I know I look crazy over there on that sideline. Like my wife, man. She said she's just gonna do an edit of me. Just me over there acting up.
Listen, I'm gonna post something later of my kids. Like I let them imitate me last year when I go off. Man, listen. Yeah. I didn't record it last year, but they done it to the T. Had me laughing so hard, bro. Listen, I didn't even want practice. I was laughing so hard. I was really embarrassed how I'd be looking over there. Because if they can nail it down to the T like that, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's cool.
Yeah, but them kids funny, man. Like, they can imitate us and act us out, and like I don't even get offended because I know it's me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Jag could imitate something, man. The way I be on him, he'll tell his mama what I said in the huddle, or like how I challenge a kid. You know what I mean.
How do you think he says it to your wife, though? You know what I'm saying? How you think he says it to her?
Oh, he exaggerates it. These kids, but he might not be. I could just be, being in my shell, but. I know I'm animated, man. I'm animated as hell. Like when I'm coaching.
Oh, listen,
I'm all in.
Listen, word to mamas. right after games, please don't talk to us about the game.
Yeah, please don't.
Or how he's talking or whatever. Because listen, my delivery ain't gonna be the best at that time, though.
It's not.
I'm still emotionally struggling. Man, listen, coaching, I don't care what nobody says. That's an emotional roller coaster, dog.
It is.
One minute, you good job, and it be split second later, one little drop will have you about to go off, man.
But we just got to learn to put it behind us.
Yep. Next play.
That's what my wife would be like, that's enough for talking about basketball. Like, it's enough. Like, but I can't, especially if it was a bad weekend. I just want to get it out. Like, I just want to know what was going through your mind, like what was going on, or like why you felt the way, then he opens up, and I do wait for the call for that, to get in there. I don't do it around people.
But what if Jag responded to you like this, though? I don't know what I was thinking, Dad.
So what the hell we doing here? Like, you do know. You know what I mean? You got to know. You're a dog. You know what I mean? You can go for 30 at any given moment. But you was just passive. You just had no drive. Like, I need to know why you felt like that, because it could be something I done. You know what I mean? Maybe I didn't prepare you for this weekend or this game. It could have been the breakfast. What can we? It's small things. But then sometimes it could just be, it was a bad one. But effort, I feel like, should be every game, you know?
But let me ask you this, though. But as coaches and as former players, I think we know that effort 100% every play is not realistic sometimes.
They're 9, 10, 11. They can go all day. Their game is no longer than an hour. I need you to go all out, like causing havoc. I get you a little sub, you know what I mean? Come in, get you a break, you know what I mean? And we gonna have a good time. And we got 2 games today, you know what I mean? Come on, like, you know, we 2 hours from home. You play hard, you know. Like getting outplayed, that's another thing that eats me up. That I can't do. Like getting outplayed and
50-50 balls. If we losing 50-50 balls because of effort, boy.
Come on, man.
Bro, because listen, 50-50 balls, whoever gets them normally is winning the game, though.
Whoever gets the easiest baskets is going to win the game.
Controlling the glass.
Controlling the glass, like those things, second chance points. You know, at this age, free throws, you know. You need all those to win the game at this age because nobody's really shooting a 3 ball that well. You run into a young team shooting that 3 ball well, you're in trouble.
Oh,
you're in trouble.
That's a 30 ball third, fourth grade if they shooting it like that.
And there's some out there, you know. It is.
Bro, listen,
you know,
we ran up on some, but I was like, bro, hold on now. We third grade. Y'all done hit 9 threes.
Yeah. You want to report something? Yeah. How old is he? Like,
let me get the birth certificate.
Like, how long has he been shooting like that? Shouldn't shoot 45% from the 3 in the 4th grade, 5th grade.
Doing all that.
Yeah, you know. But that's where we at with basketball, though. You know, these kids are advanced, you know, but I'm all in for it. You know, I love it.
Yeah,
how the game's evolved.
Yeah, and and you know that's another thing with the the evolution of the game a little bit more. It's more there's some things like I don't like that they do. Like I'm not a big fan of the Euro as much.
Yeah,
because I feel like you lose balance sometimes. Like playing off 2 is what I love. Because I feel like you got a lot of options. Like you can pivot, reverse pivot. You can go to an up and under. You can do post moves. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get stuck playing off 2. You know what I'm saying? You're playing off a lot of options. And plus, I feel, everybody's not athletic, right? So, playing off 2 is good for, guys like myself. You know what I'm saying? Guys like, let's say some examples like Luka, Jokic, they play off 2. They definitely know how to use your body. But at this age, though, I'm going to tell you another thing gets me too, man, with some of these coaches. Oh, well, with me.
What's that?
But don't miss no wide open layup.
And
bro.
That's what if we go back to practice. That's why I'm on you, and we have lines. We run lines for missed layups. Because those are going to win the game. You know what I mean? And we're at a level as far as travel, those are guaranteed, the opens. Like, we got to have those. Like, IAU team that we was on at 13, 14, we're not missing no easies like that. Them little chibbies, we
could
those
afford
are down.
we
couldn't.
to win games.
And then we're also going to play you. You missing them anyway.
It's over.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
It's over at that point because, man, I think just at these ages, right, layups, free throws, those are controllables, right? That's what we go back to. But that also sets up a foundation for when them kids are coached by other people, like older guys that, guys in high school and things of that nature. We're just trying to give them the structure so when you get there, they can coach you. They don't have to go back to reteach you what short corner is. They don't have to go back to coach effort. They don't have to go back to coach that because that's what I ran into coaching high school. I felt like I had to go back and teach things all over again.
You ain't got time for that.
Nah, bro, and that's hats off to guys that do it. Like I don't knock it, and it's like that on every level because I feel like some players don't understand certain things because they haven't been taught right. But even when you in college, bro, if a coach has to repeat himself, man, I'm telling you, bro, that is
you in trouble,
bro. I'm telling you, bro.
You in trouble.
And listen, and coaches have more patience than what people think. Like it takes us a lot to get there because we do understand that things have to be repeated, right? But when we get there, just know that this is the 5th or 6th time. And that's including 5th or 6th time from last week in practice too.
Yeah, but the repeating cuts down to a 1-2 in college. It's dumb. You either going to get these sets right,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, when you're running them, or you're not going to play. You won't get minutes. And you may not even run these sets in the game. But just in practice, when stuff's being ran, you know what I mean, they don't want to keep explaining themselves over and over and over again.
Right.
So I think us holding the kids accountable right now is a good thing. It's good for them because we're trying to prepare them for the next level.
All right.
Which is middle school.
Check this out. Parent come to you, tell you this. Well, if you can't coach without cussing, you're mentally weak. What's your response?
Thank you for your opinion. I agree, because I want to be that coach. But that's just not me. And I'm not changing for you or anybody else. That's how I get through to my kids. That's how I get results. And, if you're not happy, there's hundreds of other teams and organizations you can go play for.
Mm-hmm.
But this is how Coach Polite is going to get down. You know what I mean? That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's me. So, I mean, until I'm done coaching, you're going to hear some curse words.
Yeah,
you are. Nothing violent or crazy, but I'm going to get energy and effort out of my kids. And they're going to know when it's time to work together and to get it going, so.
Yeah, so I parent approach me like that. I'm probably gonna be a smart ass. I'm gonna want to be a smart ass.
Yeah, you'll come off right.
You
will.
I'll come off right, but I don't think intelligence is based on words that you use, because I feel like we as individuals give the words the meaning behind it.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? But I do think the intent on how it's delivered is very delicate. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you. Like I'm not gonna be told how to coach. I'm not. Especially from a parent.
Right.
Now, am I willing to take advice from an older coach?
Mm-hmm.
But I need to take it sometimes when I'm ready to take it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna still put a spin on it.
Yeah, I sure
I'm gonna listen to you, but I'm gonna still do it how I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna listen to you, but it's not gonna change 360 or 180 what I'm doing.
Can't.
Yeah.
Can't. And then on the opposite side, if you're the parent and you see your kid get fussed at, right? And your kid starts crying, what is your thoughts? If you're the parent on the sideline, you
tighten up. Hey, suck it up. Adjust. You know what I mean? Like, whatever is being asked, show them, prove to them, like, because that's preparing them for the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not going to be all sweet. Everything's not going to be nice affirmations all the time. Now, like we say, if he's picking and tearing down his confidence, two different stories. But if he's trying to get something done and you're one of the guys, top guys, like, I need you to get with it. Run it how it needs to be ran. Be responsible for this turnover, or, like, it's just toughen up. You got some tough skin, but you're not going to disrespect my child blatantly, like, with what you're trying to get across to him.
Mm-hmm.
We won't have that. We'll have a conversation. And if it's not too crazy, I can wait till after the game. Maybe even sometimes call you. You know what I mean? I won't even do it at the gym. I give you that utmost respect. Yep. I call you and talk about it. But you gonna hear me and know my frustrations or what I feel is going on. And we can talk about it. And some coaches will adapt with communication. Some just stuck in their ways.
Yep.
Because I've had situations where I've teamed up with coaches or let Jack play for coaches, and like their vision talking to me wasn't what was being shown on the court. You know what I mean? It was a different type of ball. He was being used in a different way, and like just wasn't healthy for me and Jag. It wasn't a good situation for us, and that's respect. You know, and I communicate that with a coach. You know, I will. I mean, because first off, we got to look out and put our kids in the best situation that suits them, you know, and us as a family.
Yep.
You know, it's got to be mutual. Everything needs to be mutual. Like, it does.
Yeah, because, I mean, I dealt with it on a crazy side. So, you know, I coach football, too, with Zoo. And what happened was I was assistant coach football team. Now, granted, I felt like personally the coach didn't teach it enough. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't, I would say, I ain't going to say teach it, he couldn't demonstrate it to show it, I would say. And I feel like when you at them young ages, bro, if you kind of can't get out there and show them, like you showing them an example, it's hard. Like, it's almost impossible to coach a kid. You feel what I'm saying?
It
like
is.
You're hollering at them. Now, granted, my son, he was playing. I was assistant coach, and some people in the stands was hollering, you know what I'm saying, about another quarterback that might not been better. He was older, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. But I seen that the coach that I was under was taking it personal, and my son didn't get opportunities. And I seen it. All right. I wanted to go off. You know what I'm saying? I did personally because.
Like at the moment, or did you wait?
So, good question. So, I waited, bro. I did the mature thing, and I waited. But I did take a couple days to respond. But what I did was I didn't talk to the coach. I didn't talk to who the person was in the stands, nobody. I actually talked to my son. And the whole approach was, I just looked at it as a learning lesson for him, but also for me. It's like, listen, bro, like you got to focus on what you can control. Like you have to deal. You got to deal with the cards that are dealt to you. You know what I mean? I told him, focus on your opportunities when you get the ball. Okay. They moved him to wide receiver. He caught a pass to touchdown. Put him at quarterback. He ran a quarterback sneak. He threw a touchdown pass to put him at running back one game. He ran a touchdown. So that was a teaching moment for me to let him know, listen, if I only focus on what you control, bro, because if you go to college your freshman year, you know what I'm saying, you might be a stud. But, bro, you know what I'm saying, you might have two other studs that's in front of you that's older that you need to learn behind, and you need to focus on whatever your opportunities was. You know what I'm saying? So granted, that's how I approached it. Now, my son would never play for that guy again. Never in his life because I've dealt with parents saying stuff even about me, and I hear it, but I would never take it out on their kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I would never take it out on their child. You know what I'm saying? I let them play, whatever the scenario is. I kept it that way. Yeah. But it's just in the grand scheme of things, like, believe it or not, some of these coaches are human. Like, so all that yelling in the stands and, hey.
They are.
Yep.
But I had a similar situation with Jag, and it was with football. You know what I mean? It was his first year. I mean, he's just a natural. It don't matter what he's doing. So, like, he was first in laps. Like, he went hard in practice. You know what I mean? So we get to our first game, and, like, he don't have to touch the ball 10, 20 times or, like, throw it to him or this and that. He played strictly defense, and he's super skilled. You know what I mean? I didn't take no jabs, but in practice, you know, he's doing all the skill positions, you know, so he didn't get any touches. And he come to me with tears in his eyes asking me why he didn't touch the ball. I mean, we talking about a coach who already had captain's pick. These guys are last in laps. Like, they're no kind of way of leaders. You know what I mean? Like, he's giving out, you know, which needs to be earned. As a coach, you want all your kids to earn, and you want them to be like affirmations and role models to the other kids.
Correct.
If they're captain. So everything was gave out. So you really you teach it. It's wrong. It was wrong from the get-go. But I didn't want my son to think that it's gonna be all good all the time, and you are gonna get these touches. You are gonna be the QB. You are gonna be, you know, I wanted him to work. So he was working, but then he got let down by the coach. So, and I let him know it's not him. And I really didn't even want to call the coach because I don't want to feel like I'm asking you to give my son this opportunity when he's earned it.
And see, and then, you got situations like that where I think the approach that we took was the best approach because I don't want my son to come to me and think I'm gonna go fix shit for him.
Yeah, no, it don't work that way.
Even if you done wrong, big dog, nah, there's a teaching moment.
It is.
And let me give you a little bit of game, and that's what we're gonna deal with. Now, is there a conversation with that coach later on down the road? Maybe, maybe not, depending on what the scenario is. Like, I feel like sometimes you don't even deserve that for me, depending on how it is. But, I don't want my son to think I'm going to run and save you 24/7.
No, it don't work that way.
Nah, can't. Can't. So with that scenario, for me, I just kind of backed up. And we went another direction. He ended up playing baseball, you know what I'm saying? Which I actually want him to do that again.
He hadn't played football since.
Ain't played football since,
but
bro.
He loved soccer, but that coach kind of spoiled it, you know what I mean? Kind of ruined it for him. But it worked out. I had a conversation with him. I mean, he ended up playing quarterback, running back. He had probably 2-3 touchdowns the next game, probably averaged 2 a game. But, I shouldn't even have to have that conversation when he was putting in the work. You know what I mean? It should have been straightforward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't try to control, be in control of this kid's destiny. Just coach to win, coach. Just
devil's advocate
right.
on this, though. Devil's advocate on it. Check this out. So say, for example, that did happen, Jag. Okay, he doing it. All right, he putting in the work. Okay. But he didn't get rewarded the next game. He put in the work second week. Didn't get rewarded the second game. Third game, he's still putting in the work, but he might not get that opportunity until 5th or 6th game. How do you handle that as a coach? Because, sometimes kids can put in the work, but it's just some kids are better than you that's in front of you. How would you handle that scenario?
So am I the coach in this situation or
you're the
parent?
Coach? You're the coach, and then you're the parent.
Okay, well, from the parent side, I'm still telling him to keep going hard, to keep pushing.
Even if he's come complaining, man, it ain't fair.
Life ain't fair, son.
It ain't fair.
You know what I'm saying? You keep pushing. You be ready for your moment. When it's your time, you put on. You be ready. And every time you out there, it's good things happening. And as a coach, I mean, if the kid's putting the work in, I don't understand why his chance is not given. As a coach, that's your job. You know what I mean? And
are you saying give a chance like the top guys, or just finding minutes for him?
Finding minutes. If he's doing all the right things in practices, playing hard, there's some minutes out there for him. There's some way he can benefit you, and you prepare him for what you need. That's the only way he's gonna do it, because he's frying your kids in practice, the older kids. He's having good practices. You know what I mean? It's good basketball when he's out there. So sometimes some coaches are with that older seniority type stuff. I'm gonna play the older kids, this and that. Me, if I'm a coach, especially middle school, I'm gonna keep more 6th graders than 8th graders. And if I coach my son, I wouldn't even start him. I wouldn't start him on a middle school team. I'm going to let him be 6th, 7th man off and earn a starting job or his minutes. You know what I mean? Different pace, different floor game. He's going to earn it. Just because he's my son, I'm not going to start him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's just not how life works either. You're going to earn it. And I'm big on that, and keep playing. Stay consistent. You know what I mean? Even when you don't see the success or you don't get the minutes or you're not scoring the points, keep working on your game. Keep working on your craft, because opportunity is going to present itself.
All day. And that's, I think those, if I put myself in the parent's shoes, right, you hear your kid coming complaining to you, spilling their heart out, what's going on, ain't getting it. And I know it's hard for the parent to hear that, you know what I'm saying? And you wanna save them, but I think the best way to save them is let them go through it.
You gotta let them go through it.
like don't rob them from an opportunity to develop. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's pivotal. Like don't rob them from that opportunity to develop. And then on the coach's end, I dealt with it, and I've seen it, and I do believe you can find minutes.
You can.
Yeah, you. And now let me go and make this clear for YouTube and for IG. Now, when I say find minutes, we ain't talking about finding minutes like my ace boom coon got,
right?
Or my third, or my second or third option. I'm saying we find minutes where I can get him in the game. You know what I'm saying? And then he needs to focus on a particular thing. Like, and the biggest thing for me when you that age, just play hard. Yeah. Just play hard for me. Just give me effort and know what's going on, and then I can find minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I can find minutes, and I think one of the strongest things with doing that is just the parent just gotta let the kid go through it. Like let it go through it.
Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of situations. You know, sometimes the parents ruin it. You know.
So if a kid cuss back at you, if you say, "Get on that damn glass," I'm trying.
All I need from you is a yes, sir. I'm trying, coach. He's bigger, strong. I can, okay. Like, you know, you try harder. You know what I mean? Like, get more aggressive. Match his intensity. You know, don't respond. Don't talk back. Like, you teach all your kids that, no matter who's coaching them. You got to be coachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, because fundamentals, being coachable, like, that's the art of the game. Like I was telling you the other day, you can play anywhere. You can play ball anywhere, anytime. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing those things. Like, but not being coachable and talking back, like, it's not tolerated. That's not tolerable at all.
Yeah, even if you, yeah, I mean, I've had some kids not cuss me out at all, but more like, I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Now, that right there, now I'm going to go and pull you on out the game.
Yeah.
And we're going to sit down, and we're going to have a quick conversation. And I do think sometimes you got to know when to let things slide a little bit as a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on the moment. But more times than not, I'm gonna pull you out, and we're gonna have a conversation.
And he's gonna get one of them looks.
Right, one of them.
I mean, them looks.
Like look over top of them glasses,
like that.
Come on with it now. Dang, bro, cause
yeah, no doubt.
Like, we can't go that route.
Yeah, and that's contagious.
Yeah,
you do it now. He think he could talk back or say something crazy. Now you know we're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Nah, I think, and I agree though, bro. I just think the harder the coaches that I had, the more tough love. I know some people don't like it, but I think in general, the majority become better players. Like you learn more, you do more. Because once I realized my coach was soft, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't respect him.
Don't respect it.
Yeah,
but that's going on a lot though.
Yeah, I don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and these kids know who they can get away with stuff on. I mean, bro, our kids do it now. Like, you know what I'm saying, mommy and daddy. So if you think they know they can run over you a little bit and you a soft coach, nah, man.
Down like that.
Nah, man, you can't do that. So what type of discipline is warranted in practice for a kid? Like, are we talking about? Sometimes I think running can do too much.
Says who?
Well, I'm more talking about, to me, sometimes I feel like what I be giving run is too easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're about to do these bear crawls.
Yeah, I like
full
that.
court.
Yeah, I like
suicide
that.
bear crawls. Like, I'm tired of telling it. You know what I'm saying? And if you fall, we starting over as a whole
runs.
team.
All of that, you know, never ending stuff until you can get discipline and communication out of them.
Yep.
You know, I'm big on that, man. You know.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. So listen to this though. Have you ever had a moment when you was a player where you and a coach, like, you said something back, like, out of the heat of the moment? You know what I'm saying? And What was your result?
It was bad. It was in college. You know, and Terry Rogers was old school, but he was talking crazy to me, like talking crazy, and like I just responded.
Give me an example. Give me an example of talking crazy. Like tell the story.
Kind of trying to belittle. You know what I mean? I was a freshman, you know, but like, and I could have been having my pride on my sleeve, but he tested me, and I didn't respond well. You know what I'm saying? And I mouthed back to him, you know, when I should have been silent, should have yes sirred it. You know, so being a coach now, looking back at it, bro, I did so many wall squats. He had me on them Coach Carters. Like, I had so many suicides. Like, you know, it was ridiculous, but like looking back, I was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? I was. I should have hushed, you know, but certain coaches can get you there. So we kind of understand the kids to a sense when I'm trying, or like when we getting on them, like we kind of understand, but you know, it takes a lot to say yes, sir, and to keep going and to just always feel like they're right. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta let it go. It's just it's the respectful thing to do. You know, it is, you know, it's hard biting your tongue. And see, I was about 19, 20. She wasn't much you could say to me, you know. And I was a freshman, putting up about 21 a game. Till we got in college, we ran a straight pick and roll in motion. He's giving me the rock.
Read and react.
And I knew I was the scorer. You know what I mean? What you gonna do to me? You gonna sit me out? He didn't care. Yeah, you set me out. You know, he didn't care. He didn't play that. You know, you be the best, worst player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it didn't matter with Rogers. Like, he didn't care.
Yeah, man. I had an episode, more episodes of my dad when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I got my ass jerked up if I said something back to him. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's that old school. He used to grab me by my shirt. You better wake the fuck up right now. I'm going to whoop your ass when we get home. I'm like, I couldn't stand him. But I'd go out there and score 30 just because I was mad. You know what I'm saying? But he knew what motivated me. And that's why when parents used to tell him, man, treat my kid like you treat yours. He said, nah, we can't do that. Nah, man. But listen. I think for the most part, coaches do care. You know what I'm saying? The ones that get on you, they might cuss you out a little bit, but it's out of love. They're trying to build something in you. But more times than not, I'm cool with it, long as it ain't no degrading, long as it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Just nothing blatantly disrespectful. But most of I actually like coaches that hold my kids accountable. Like I do too. You know, it makes me be calm in the stands because I'm like, okay, somebody else is on them about the little stuff. So overall, I'm with it. Some parents got to adjust to it, but other ones, I might not be the coach for you.
I agree. I'm there. I'm with you. Like, I'm all for it, and I'm not gonna change.
Nah, I ain't at all. Well, peace. See y'all in the next one.